Hi, this is Philip again. Welcome to our first series of a short course in building your first Shopify Hydrogen 2.0 plus Remix app. In this video, we are going to take up the first series of Hydrogen 2.0 requirements in setting up your local environment. And for us to develop our first Shopify Hydrogen app, it requires to install the following dependencies to our system. First, we need to install Node.js 16 or above. Second, it should be BS Code or whatever IDE you preferred. That would be okay. Third, insomnia client for our GraphQL writing. Fourth, Shopify partnership that we're going to create your development store. Fifth, we're going to install that private app for your storefront API credentials. And lastly, we need to install the Git for our version control. And please note that I am in a Windows environment and maybe you are using a different operating system. Please make sure you can find those above requirements compatible with your current system. And I think without any further delay, let's go ahead and we are going to create your first Shopify partner development store. So if you have some problem with this partnership, just visit shopify.com/partners. Partners, yes, I think. Then it should must be added, or I mean, all of your dependencies already installed into your system. So I think that's it. So let's go back to the partnership account, log in, and here we're going to create our first store. I think I already added for that, but now in this demo, we're going to create a new one by clicking the Create Development Store. And here in the Development Store use, we are going to choose the second option. Here we're going to say Hydrogen app short course. And I'm going to choose the developer preview with checkout extensibility. In data configuration, I'm going to choose start with the test data and create the development store. Okay, in just few moments, it will completely created our first development store. All right. So here, if we're gonna check, I think there's already added orders, products, snowboard collections. I think this is the most important part that you don't have to create just to test your store, if whatever things for the developers. Okay, now let's proceed to create our private app credentials. Since that the hydrogen and oxygen is just available in a subscripted plans like basic, Shopify, advanced, or Shopify Plus. Now in development store, this is not yet available. So we're gonna click app and sales channels. And here in the development app, we're going to allow and create this app. So here we're gonna say hydrogen uh, short course API create. After created, we are going to configure our storefront API integration. So what I need, we're going to permit our API to read this content. Probably we also need customer access and meta entries products. I think that's it. Then now we're gonna save it. And once it's saved, install. Okay, so now our API is now ready to be applied in our Hydrogen app. Now we're gonna open our VS Code. So VS Code. Okay, so open the terminal I think I already created a folder for this series. I'm gonna open the drive E, then hydrogen should be here. I'm gonna open my terminal again, and then ls. Okay, it's there. So once the get array can successfully installed in your system, you will see this bash profile. If you want to change it, you can choose select default profile and choose whatever you preferred, like command prompt or PowerShell. Or for me, I want to use the git bash. And here, I'm gonna copy the npx command for hydrogen to create this up. Go back there, then create. And we're gonna wait, maybe it take about 2 seconds or a minute to bring those prompt. Okay, it's here now. So we're gonna choose the demo store. I want to choose TypeScript. Then name, you can name whatever name of your store you want. You know, say hydrogen, short course demo. Here, I will going to install the dependencies with npm. Then at this time, it takes maybe about 4 to 5 minutes. So I will just pause this video and let's come back at later time. Thank you for your patience. And now we are here back again to this demo. This short course, and I think we have to test our completely added hydrogen store up to our local environment. We're gonna open this folder. Let's go back here, development E, then here, demo, select folder, and once it is repopulated, let's go to the terminal again. And now we are going to execute this local added hydrogen app. So once you run this command, this will look at to the package.json. And I think if you will see in line number 6, this will execute this div to the Shopify Hydrogen.div. If you see here, it's being executed, this command, and now it will going to reconfigure everything, build our first hydrogen app to become available in our local environment. And I think we are now setting up our local environment by default using the global configuration for the hydrogen URL. So if you look at this file, this is .inb where you are going to replace this later, and the token where we are configured in our development store. So we're gonna open this local environment, this preview. Now you see that this is pointing to hydrogen.preview.myshopify.com. Now we're gonna replace it using our own API. So we're gonna copy this, then go back here. I want to change that API pointing to our own store. Then where is that store URL? Go back, then replace here, save. And now let's go back to our preview. And I think this is already connected to our local, the development API. Now, if you say earlier that there is a banner in the first corner, so this is how we're going to work our insomnia and how insomnia really helps to fix in regards to a GraphQL configuration. Now look at understand the files or the structure of this Hydrogen 2.0. So here the app where you can find all of those components and data and custom hooks and libraries that we need like SEO and whatever needs we need to do here, placeholders and etc. We also need the routes where you can find all of those routing within our store. And then the styles, we can also add a custom styles here. And I think if you doesn't know yet about this tailwind and tailwind, I think it's by default it is part of the Hydrogen 2.0. Now let's try to configure out how to choose to show the visibility of our banner. So it's gone because it's already reflected to our own Shopify development store. Now we need to look at the exact file and we can find that file in our routes. So if you see here, there's only one index file, which is the first file in the routes. And here we are going to look at what exactly the homepage query. So I think the homepage query is pointing to the freestyle holder, but we doesn't have that yet. So now we are going to configure our insomnia. So let's open our insomnia. If you completely install the insomnia, now the first screen that you will going to see is just the same what I see right now. Now we are going to import the kit for insomnia for Shopify. So you're gonna visit this site. If you are not familiar with this, you can just look at this URL, then scroll down. Then here we are going to download the walkthrough kit here. This one, download it. I think I already downloaded it multiple times. So here I think I already extracted that one. So go back to our insomnia. We're going to import this file in our environment. Click this import, then choose a file, then click that Shopify GraphQL learning scan. And here it's added this environment. I think I don't have import to see short hydrogen short course import. Once it's successfully added, it should be here. Now you can see there are already sample test query for your store. But then we need to configure these things to make it work. Like for example, the store name and the header. In the header, you will see the token, but this token is pointing to an admin. So we're gonna remove this admin. And here we are going to uh, change it to storefront access. Then in access token, let's go back to our API access token. Change it, done. Then in the store, let's go back. It should be here. Let's go back. Store, done. In the GraphQL, we're going to finish that. Now it is completely connected to our backend to that development store. Now, what we're gonna do, go back to your Hydrogen app. You're gonna see the GraphQL here. So this is the GraphQL variable. We're gonna look at that. It should be here. Okay, it's here. So we're gonna copy this. Copy. Then here, we're gonna replace that. Then I think we don't need to have this in our query. So we just wanted to test if everything is okay. But I think what we don't have is the freestyle collection. But what we had right now is the test data when we are created our development site. So now if we're going to look at the handle with this, we're gonna add that JSON to the URL, then look at the handle, copy that, then go back here. We're gonna replace this hydrogen, and I think we don't have a fragment for that. What is this added to that? Okay, we don't have a fragment. Then now if we're going to add space, this will show up all of those available field in this particular object, which is the collection. So I want to show up the title or description. I'm gonna finish that now. Now you see here that it is now visible, this finching of our information in our development store. Now we try to look at the added at this thing so we can see how it is work. Go back here, then let's send another request. Okay, so here I just want you to let you know that it sometimes it takes time to replicate, or I mean, it's not an instant that you can see those changes. I think we just wait about maybe a minute after before it will be visible in our GraphQL. So let's try to send a request again. All right, so it is now available here. So what we need to check, because if you see in our storefront right now, you doesn't see the banner. So what we're gonna look at here is to find out what are those banners added to this collection. And I think we have a meta field. You see there, this is a meta field value that is going to be added in our storefront. So I think we are going to add a custom meta field. Let's go back to our development store. And here in settings, then custom data collections, we're going to add and define the new meta field. But this meta field is the namespace is hero. Then the title is, I mean, the K is the title. So this is the way we're going to do. Hero should be the namespace is hero, then title. Then the select type should be single text. Then don't forget to click the access options or tick the access portion to become visible to our storefront. Next is the byline. Gonna add that byline, add to here. Then here we're gonna say hero, byline, hero, remove that. Then here text, then storefront, save. Then let's go back here. We're gonna say CTA hero, go back, add definition, hero, CTA. Then here, hero, CTA, storefront, save. Go back. And here, the spread, media, add hero, spread. We're gonna check the file format, accept image and video, then storefront, save. And then again, another one is the spread secondary. Then here, add that hero spread, and here like this, then file, then save. Once it is added, now it's ready to add those information in our collection. I think I need to choose the collection for hydrogen. And here we are going to add this thing like hydrogen, and here hydrogen plus oxygen. Then here shop now. Then select file, then save. Okay, so let's go back to our preview and refresh the site. Okay, it's still not doing anything yet. Maybe it takes time. Okay, I'm gonna flag those changes I did. I'm gonna look at here in our home page. I think this is the primary variable. Say primary hero. Say, let's go back here. Refresh. Let's go back. Null. So it seems this is not implicated it. Hero K title CTA spread. Okay, sorry guys. This is what the mistake is. I did not change the handle. So we're gonna change this according to what we had in our hydrogen in our available collection to our storefront. If you look at in our hydrogen insomnia finch that we specify the handle as hydrogen, then if we're going to look at it now in the storefront, now it's displaying properly. That's it. And if you want to explore more about the insomnia, so this is how we are going to look at exactly what we need to do or what we need to check if everything is working fine in our back end. Like you're gonna say hero, then here I want to finish the title, and then let's go back value, then send. Now it's now displaying the values hydrogen. If you look at in our storefront, and it now visible this header, subheading, and the CTA and the spread image. And I think that's it. And another thing is that we need to initiate our Git uh, repository to our hydrogen apps. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna say Git init, and once it is initiated, now you will find that there is already a branch created by default as master, and at the left side you see this source controller pending changes is also added. Now what we're gonna do here, there are two options. You can either get add by I to see all those commands, and this is untrack files. Then what we need to select is add and track. But if you want to look at more other options like status, updates, there are things that you can do that commands later once you are going to have more changes in your hydrogen app. But if you want to add the untrackable, just do like that, then asterisk to all of those files that been untracked, then exit. Then now there's another command, commit updates. Oh, we're gonna see new added files. Okay, so I think that's done. Now I think that is the last steps that we are going to talk about in this series. And I think if you have some doubts, concern, and comments, please don't forget to add your comments on this video. I will answer all of your inquiries. And I hope that this first series will help you to establish your confidence to start building your first Shopify Hydrogen app. I'm looking forward to the next series. I will be going to release it on or before this coming next Saturday. Looking forward to seeing each other again. Thank you and bye for now.